on your way to work. Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an Exactly Merge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's time for the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Start your engine!
Welcome into the finish line at 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Bree Fansteel, joined by my co-host and guest today, Rebecca Pearson. She's got a lot of stories for us, and I think we've kind of hinted at a few of them, but we haven't dove deep into them, and she's got a lot of interesting ones. We also have Bun.
I'm not Bun.
Okay, can we have a redo? Bun, Mob, Master of Buttons. We've got
I'm Ben, by the way.
Ben. Hi, everyone. We've got Ben with us today.
God, that was awesome.
Wow, we are off to a great start. Make sure you stay tuned to see what else comes out of my mouth
I don't
today.
think I've ever been called Bun before.
Bun? Well,
That's the first. In my 20 years of being on this earth, I don't think anyone's ever called me Bun.
Well, leave it to us.
Well, if you can't see me right now, my cheeks are matching my shirt, and they're both red. Oh, while we're talking about buns, I mean my cheeks on my face, just we're clear.
It's getting worse,
It's getting worse.
Maybe
We just need to get through this.
All right, let's power through. See what we can get done. James might be calling in today. James Rowland. He is actually at Beatrice Speedway for a Dirt Crown race. I think he's coming to us right now. We'll see what we can get. James, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I sure can, James. He is in the booth at Beatrice Speedway right now, where Ricky Thornton Jr. is actually racing, but we'll get to that. James, tell us about the Beatrice race right now.
Well, we actually just kicked off the first heat race for your INCA 4 miles. I'm a little bit late to the party.
I'm gonna shut that off. That audio was a little too bad.
It's hard to hear him.
Yeah,
It is a little hard, but it is action-packed if you can't tell. I think he's talking about the first heat race just went out, so it's super loud. If you haven't been to the races, you should check them out. We've got Eagle Raceway is one of our show sponsors, actually. And they are going to have a Lucas Oil late model race tomorrow evening. And it's going to be even louder. It's going to be one of those once in a lifetime sort of things out here in Nebraska, unless it goes our way and maybe we have it next year.
Oh my.
I don't know.
Well, this is their first year though, right?
Yes.
Ever coming to Eagle Raceway.
Yes. And I think
This
they're
is a
going to
big deal.
love it.
They're
That track
going to love
is
it.
fun.
It's fun. We know how to take care of our track,
Yes,
right? Everybody
yes.
loves Eagle Raceway. And it's got a history, of
It
course, of
does.
lots of famous people who have
Lots of
raced on
famous
this track.
people,
Yes.
lots of record breaking happening.
Yep.
Like that is the track to go to. They race every Saturday night. They do watch out with the temperature, which is super nice, especially for fans, and for drivers and crews as well. So like last night, we started an hour later, which was nice.
I was wondering why it was late. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I got there later than normal. Normally I'm there at like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm going to go later. I'll hit after the intermission. And then
yeah, for sure. It was a hot night and it was a wild night. But so James is a little busy right now. We'll see if maybe we can get him to text in. He's got some important things to do with announcing out at Beatrice, and maybe we can get some live race roundup from him. We'll have to see.
Let's see if we can get him a little bit better. And aren't you and James going to be at the races tomorrow?
Yes, we will.
And what are you going to be doing?
So excited. I am a very important person by my own well, I'm naming that. I'm not actually in VIP, but we will be there representing 93.7 The Ticket and the Finish Line, this show. I've got cool new shirts, which I'm excited for. But what I'm mostly excited for is we get to interview some of the drivers. We get to interview some of the crew members. We're going to be in the pits. So if you haven't already, you can look at my Facebook page, Brianna Fansfield Racing. I've got a post out there. I'm collecting comments of who you guys want me to talk to and what your questions are. Because I can come up with some questions, but at the end of the day, we want to hear from you guys. Like, you guys are the ones we're doing this for, right? So make sure you comment in. You can even comment in right now on our chat on Facebook, on YouTube. You could text in to our text line. Give us some questions. What do you have for those drivers and crews? If you have, maybe it's a performance question, maybe it's what's your favorite track you've been at? We're going to cover them all.
And our text line number is?
Our text line number is 402-464
5685.
5685.
There we go.
I'm not cheating, guys.
I helped her out. Hey,
I
this
am
is tag team,
utilizing my resources.
That's nice.
Yes,
and you can post when you get some pictures or even a good interview. You can post on our Facebook site.
They gave me the reins.
I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Do we have
dun.
any dun 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 music?
Not on hand. No.
Okay.
Man.
Well,
All right.
we'll get that ready for the next thing that comes out of my mouth. No, I'm kidding.
On the break, you got to go search for
yeah,
dun dun dun.
we'll
music.
do it. We'll do it.
I mean, I could.
Okay.
I just don't have it ready.
Oh
okay,
my gosh,
all
this
right.
is gonna be a
I-
fun show.
I could get it. I could get it.
Okay.
Oh, it's happening.
Well, then you got to get it.
but yeah, so
Bun.
we'll. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, let's keep her rolling
All
here.
right.
Anyways, no, so it should be a great show. I'm excited. I think it'll be a little bit toasty, but if you haven't been to Eagle Raceway, you don't know about the snow cones, which are my favorite, the walking tacos. They've got ice cream, root beer floats. They've got everything to make sure that you are comfortable there and you have a good time. So make sure you check it out. It will be a fun time. If you get to the races earlier, you get to go to the merchandise trailers. And sometimes the drivers will come out into those trailers and sign things. So like when I went to the High Limits race, we had Rico Abreu was out
Yeah,
there
yeah,
and,
cool.
and he got a picture with us and he signed some merchandise. So
Hey, I
make
got
sure
an
you check
idea.
that out. Ooh, what do we
Since
have?
You and James are local celebrities and you're
Yes.
representing 93.7 The Ticket. What if we give you some t-shirts to give out while you're there?
Some t-shirts.
Ooh.
What do we think?
How about that? So
I like
right?
it.
And a few headbands.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the sweaty people that it's going to be so hot. They need a headband.
We have some
on.
wristbands too.
We
Don't
do have some wristbands as well.
Oh my
So
goodness.
you got to look for Bree and James rolling around. So you have to come out of the pits so you can go
Yes.
see
Oh,
the
for
folks in
sure.
the stands and go wander the stands. You can throw t-shirts
Yes.
into the bleachers. I'm sure racing will be fine with us doing that. So
And if
so there
not,
you
make
go.
sure you catch it fast.
yeah.
I
All right, we're gonna hook you
I
up.
can't throw very well, so
Oh, well, you need one of those guns. We need to buy one of those guns
Oh
that
my
shoots
goodness.
those t-shirts. You know
Yeah,
how that is,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
At
like a
basketball games,
marshmallow-
they shoot
yeah,
them up
yeah.
into the rafters. So we need to get those for the racetrack.
oh, I'd
and
be
then we can
down.
cover everybody.
I'll go up the steps. I'll make sure I'm in the grandstands. But yeah, make sure you text in your questions, comment on this video, or go to my Facebook page and message me there, and I will get your questions asked. I'll do the best of my ability. I've already got one person for sure. He's the only one I've reached out to, which is good.
Mhm.
I'm going to reach out to some more, but I've got a guy named Vinny who is working on Logan Seavey's car. If you don't know who Logan Seavey is, he won the Chili Bowl national race last year for micros or midgets, sorry. And he's in a late model this year, a super late model. So that'll be really cool. I'm interested to see what information we can get out of him. So yeah, let us know what you got and we will get you taken care of here. Before we get into race roundup, anyone who's watching may be able to see Rebecca's amazing blazer. Is that what we're going to call it?
Oh, it's a shirt. Yeah,
shirt.
It's a full shirt. I'm wearing it kind of like a blazer, but it's a full shirt.
She's protective of it. I kind of hinted that I was going to take it, but I didn't.
Yes.
I looked at it wrong, and she's like, "It's mine." So tell me what's going on here. Why the Mobil 1? It says NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. Rebecca, who are you?
This is the real shirt. This is a real cruise shirt from Ryan Newman's team.
Really?
The number 12 team. Yep. Because I worked for Mobil 1 is what most people think of, but I worked for ExxonMobil, who has the brand Mobil 1. And I was the global Mobil 1 brand manager for a decade.
Oh, wow.
A decade.
No
other brand manager. First of all, I was the first brand manager.
Okay.
And then I was there for a decade.
So that program was like your baby then.
That was my baby, along with many other things. So motorsports was just part of what I did. But
so cool.
I have lots of cool swag from my days running the motorsports program.
Anything that you're willing to give away maybe at the end of the year when we give out our helmet that has signatures on it?
I don't know.
Maybe
we'll see what I can get.
We'll have to see. Maybe you guys should text in or call in, and maybe we can convince her to let go of some of her memorabilia.
I should have brought some of my pictures because I have pictures in my time. We negotiated the deal with Tony Stewart, dirt track guy, right? So everybody listening definitely knows Tony Stewart.
Oh yeah, we know the Smoke.
Yes, Smoke, and he loved dirt track racing the whole time he was in NASCAR. But I did the deal with ExxonMobil to sign Tony Stewart or Stewart Haas Racing at the time.
Really?
So I spent a lot of time with Tony. Excellent, amazing guy. Just love him to death. Right? He would just give you the shirt off his back. Nicest guy. And Lewis Hamilton for Formula One. So another name, because at the time he was dating Nicole Scherzinger. Had to go back there and think about her from the Pussycat Dolls. So like, this was my time, right?
Oh,
this
that's
is my
Nicole.
time.
I remember
Nicole,
that.
who's on Britain Loves Talent or something or other, right? I mean, she's done the circuit. So yeah, at the time, Lewis and Nicole were dating.
Wow.
And Lewis and Tony and me and a bunch of other people, obviously from the company, were all not hanging out like regular hanging out, but hanging out during the races.
Oh, you can say hanging out. We'll accept
hanging
it.
out during the races.
Saying James and I are local celebrities. You're like a mega national celebrity.
Well,
Holy
I'm nobody.
Moly.
They were somebody.
But you made them. You helped make them somebody.
I helped them.
You
did.
did.
They were personalities in their own right, I would say. We gave them lots of cool stuff to do. So we can talk about the two of them doing a car swap at Watkins Glen, which is a fabulous pavement track. So you guys are all dirt people.
Yeah.
But if you're a pavement racer, Watkins Glen is nirvana. It is one of the oldest. It's in New York in the Finger Lakes area. It's in a town called Watkins Glen, actually near Corning, New York, upstate New York. But it is an amazing track. It's lots of history. They used to race Formula One there. They did it downtown and then they created a track. But it's a really cool track. NASCAR runs the circle, and then all the other races, they run the boot, which is like a technical track. So, and I've been on all of those in my club car. So we could talk about my club racing. Watkins Glen's one of my favorite tracks. So they swapped cars. So Lewis Hamilton in a NASCAR and Tony Stewart in a Formula One car. And we put that on. It was phenomenal. But the story about the day we had to do that. So we did all of this for a commercial. So we're promoting Mobil 1. So, okay.
So it wasn't
maybe
like
we'll
a race?
save that.
It was a commercial?
No, it wasn't a race. It was kind of more like an exhibition thing. So we can get into that maybe after we take a break, because I believe the MOB would like us to take a break.
The bun would like us to take a break.
Would like us to
I'm
take
kidding,
a break.
Ben. We
I'm
love
Ben.
you.
I'm Ben. Ben.
Ben. All right, let's take a break. Tune back in 93.7. The Ticket. This is The Finish Line with Ben, Bree, and Rebecca.
Nice.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Man, we sure have had quite a bit of severe weather this spring and summer.
Tell me about it. My roof is in shambles. The side of my house has hail damage, and I don't have time to deal with insurance companies right now.
Wait, Rico, you haven't talked to my guys at Coalition Restoration yet? They deal with commercial and residential roofing services, hail damage, and best of all, they'll work with the insurance companies to make your life easier.
Okay, what's the first step?
All you got to do is give them a call today for a free assessment at 402-416-8186. Coalition Restoration in Lincoln and online at coalitionrestoration.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Treads Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Treads Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Treads Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Back to the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the finish line, where we talk all things motorsports and sometimes say things we're not supposed to say, but that's fine. You can listen in live 93.7 FM on your radio, theticketfm.com, YouTube, X, and Facebook Live, or check us out next day on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you so much for everyone who's been texting in, commenting. We love it. Keep it up. Reminder, or if you're just now tuning in, we will be at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Track Race tomorrow at Eagle Raceway. James and I will be interviewing drivers, crew members. If there's some dogs, I'm hoping to talk to them. I'll be down. I love a good puppy doggy.
If they talk back, that might be scary. So,
well, it'd make for good media.
It would.
I'll have my camera out so fast.
You could just take pictures of dogs. We love them.
I can do that.
All pictures.
I'll take over. Can I take over the Facebook story tomorrow?
Sure.
All right, that'll happen. I'll be taking over the 93.7.
There you go.
The Ticket Facebook story tomorrow. Just got word from the boss.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. But if you have any questions you want us to ask, make sure you let us know, because we will voice them for you if we can get to them. So we have Rebecca. Rebecca is being interviewed today, and she's got a lot of stories. If you're just tuning in, she's used to work for a decade with ExxonMobil, Mobil One. What stories do you have for us? Or we were talking about Tony Stewart.
Well, we were talking about Watkins Glen and Mobil One, and maybe just for listeners who don't know that I'm the boss and why I'm the boss, that my husband and I own this radio station. So getting the motorsports program going was my personal passion. And so this is exciting for me. I have a very varied background in motorsports. And so for 10 years, I was the Mobil One brand manager. Mobil One, hopefully most people know Mobil One if you're car people.
Oh, I think they do.
I hope so, right? So it's the #1 synthetic oil. I'm allowed to say that because we actually own that claim. We still own that claim. So the number one synthetic motor oil in the world. So well-known brand if you know anything about oil. But I worked for the company for 24 years. So I was just the brand manager for 10 years, a decade. But I worked for the company for 24 years. So
this is why she's the boss.
And I did a whole bunch of other things, but regardless. So yeah, I was going to tell you about Watkins Glen. So we do advertising, right? This is a consumer brand. I was the head of marketing, and you make ads, and there's a reason the company sponsors motorsports, because it's a great way to get your name out there to the audience that is most likely to be interested in a brand of motor oil, right? So you have a bunch of people who think motor oil, it's all the same. And then you have people who know it is not.
And why is it not the same for those who don't know?
Right. So, and we had Caitlin Stern on. Hopefully, I think she talked about this a little bit, but they are engineered differently for sure. Mobil One's history is in massive amounts of testing in very harsh environments. Racing being one of them. So Mobil One is involved in dirt track through Toyota, TRD. So we had Jade Avedisian on last year, and we're going to get her again this year, I'm sure. And I was thinking I need to give her a buzz.
She was just at Fairbury.
Oh, she was
in
at
Nebraska.
Fairbury?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why did we not think about
the Friday and I think Saturday as well?
Okay, all right, we need to call her then. So anyway, the whole Toyota set of dirt track racers are all sponsored by Mobil One. We have a long relationship with Toyota. And we work with NASCAR, Formula One, a bunch of SCCA, and then a whole lot of like drifters and a bunch of kind of sports cars that race at Sebring and a whole bunch of other things like that. So we cover a whole bunch of series. We support a whole bunch of racing. So we do a lot of testing. Usually the extreme testing is in Formula One, sometimes in NASCAR. And we have great oil stories about testing product in there. In order to be able to ensure that it is the best product. Mobil One is always about being the best, which means it truly, truly will handle anything, including a lot of people use it in their cars when they have an issue, spun bearing or, scored
and
pistons
it's
or something.
It is so
and
important.
It can make up for a lot of ills because it's so good. So even if your engine's been, damaged, and sometimes it can't fix everything. So anyway, and then we test in Las Vegas with Mobil 1. So you're in taxi cabs. One of the harshest environments you can have is stop-start traffic.
Really?
And then the temperature changes and then the dust, right? So Vegas is a real test ground for our products. We've been testing in Vegas for,
There's a lot of
many,
science
many years.
behind it.
So there's a ton of science behind it. Yeah. So, and our competitors, don't do as much of that. They're good. I don't want to say that competitors aren't good. Synthetic oils in general are great. But we do a whole nother level of something that contributes to that. So part of the way we market is to be sponsoring with race teams. So we wanted to do something really step out. This was mine and another gal's idea to come up with these guys doing a car swap, Lewis and Tony. And we happened to be sponsoring both of these teams at that time. So it took us like a year to get it all together. And we had to coordinate with when Lewis was going to be in the United States and when Tony was going to be off for a weekend and all this. And then we finally got it and we're like, where are we going to do it? And we're like, Watkins Glen, historic track, whatever. So we planned this thing for over a year, and come the day, we're up in upstate New York, and we've been planning it for over a year, right? And it's freaking raining.
No,
it's raining, and it's nasty out. It's nasty as all get out. You can't see, fog everywhere. And we're like, are you kidding me? We got film crews. We got everything going on.
That takes a lot of preparation and planning.
We were like, what is going on? So anyway, maybe that's a good place to kind of leave people as a cliffhanger, because I think we've got James on the line.
Yeah,
so.
we have a question.
Ooh, we have a question. Nice. Okay.
PJ Pedersen said, how did ExxonMobil become involved in the movie Days of Thunder as they appeared on Rowdy Burns' 51 car in the movie?
Ooh, that's a
little bit of history, and you might catch me out here, PJ. I believe, Days of Thunder, I believe, was with the Exxon brand prior to the merger.
So there's a merger. Okay.
Yes. So I was with Mobil before the merger. Exxon did that deal with Days of Thunder. That's probably all I really know about it. Although I know I worked with a bunch of the people that did that filming, and they had stories that I'm old and I can't remember. But that's basically, as I recall, how it occurred. And so now that we're on folklore, I'm full of folklore and full of stories or whatever. One of the cool things about, what was I going to say? Oh shoot. Okay. I'm going to save it.
That's okay.
Yes. I'm going to save that folklore for another story. Okay. Because I just lost the plot there.
That's a good question. I don't know if we've been stumped like that for a while.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
One. So I'm curious, as someone who kind of does her own marketing with her racing. Obviously what you did was way bigger, but what did your day-to-day work? What was your job? What did it entail?
So as a global brand manager, it covered the gamut of a lot of the what we call communications, which covers all things sort of advertising related. But it also, I was responsible for the R&D of Mobil 1. So I know an awful lot about the chemistry of Mobil 1, even though I'm a business person. I'm not an engineer.
You saw yourself ever getting into?
Oh, getting into? No.
Getting into
we have amazing lab. I say we because I worked for the company forever and I retired from there, right? That's a great place. I love the company. So that was my home for many years, even though I did lots of things before I started with the company. I started later in my life. So, but their labs are phenomenal. We had our own dyno. We were talking about dynos as we came in here. So we had our own dyno because we would run cars for 100,000 miles or more, 200,000 miles, 300,000 miles to test this product.
That's good to know that's happening.
You would check it, right? You'd periodically check it. They would take the engine apart, look at all the parts, take pictures of the parts, record them, put the engine back together, run it again. Like they would do all kinds of things to test and make sure that Mobil 1 was protecting your car. So when I tell you it's the real deal, it's the real deal. And this is something that we do that none of our competitors do. Again, they're good products, but this was just, I'm going to tell you a step above, right? So when you go and look at all the different components in a Mobil 1 oil or something, there's all different ones. They're all different colors. Like it's super cool stuff. And I'm not an engineer, so I can't give you all the gory details of it, but I can attest to what is put into it to claim how good it is. So Anyway, back to racing.
no, but that's important. That's good to know that that's happening, especially with the claim that you said is, being the number one oil company, right? That's important to know that it's not just political, because I feel like sometimes
definitely
you never
not.
know if something is really what people say it is.
Yeah.
So to hear that the testing is there, like as a competitor, I want someone who's also competitive behind my products.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Well, I'm the one that put all the data together to make the claim. I'm the one that worked with the attorneys to do the claim. We did all the product development we ever did. So if you're a regular driver and not a racer, and you want to extend your oil changes, do it, because we have oils out there that are 20,000 mile oil change, basically 1 year. Change your oil once a year, check it every once in a while, make sure you don't have to top it up, and that's it. And I was part of the development of the 20,000 mile oil. So all types of product development, including the race products, including the ones for grassroots racing. So we would call dirt track racing at this level, like at Eagle, grassroots, right? Which is
that's
the
what it
largest
is.
contingent of racers is grassroots, whether it's any of these sanctioning bodies, or it's club racing, or it's pavement, or whatever it is. It was all important to us, and so we had development of race oils for those go-karts. I mean, you name it. Plus, we're talking about racing all over the world. Rally racing in Australia, very popular. UK, you name it. We were into it and supporting all racers of all kinds. So those things became important to us.
Yeah, well, speaking of racers, I'd like to give a little race roundup from James. He was happy to say, he did put this in his message. He said, Mother Nature wins. Nothing. He had a whole bunch of exclamation points. That was so funny. So here's what we got. Local grassroots racers, we love you. Boone County Raceway for the Tanner Pelster Memorial Monday results. Late model winner was Greg Crone, Hobby Stock, Dylan Nelson, Stock Car, Jordan Grabowski. US 30, we had the Crown Vic, Christopher Nicolay, Hobby Stock, Ryan Feynman, Sport Mod, James Roebuck, Stock Car, Cade Richards, Modified, Zane DeVilbiss, Beatrice Speedway, who's also racing tonight, but this was on Friday night. Compact, Kaylee Richards, Hobby Stock, Adam Wasserman, Stock Cars, Jordan Grabowski, Modified, Austin Swoboda, Sport Mod, Taylor Metz, for that race. And then we had, let's see here. We had Jefferson County Speedway, the USAC midget race, which Jade was at. The winner on Friday was Justin Grant, and on Saturday was Ryan Timms. And then the beloved Eagle Raceway, we had Hobby Stock, Dylan Richards, Stock Car, Ari Scouten, Modified, Chad Anderson, Sport Mod, Noah Williams. Sprint Car was Choo Choo the Coltrane. Great hit. I think that was his first one at Eagle.
Yeah.
I know he's won some at some other tracks, but the first one at Eagle coming from 6th. So that was pretty impressive. Wasn't just kind of handed to him as us racers say sometimes. So great job, Cole, on that one. Lucas Oil late models, 10,000 to win is what's going on tomorrow. And then they also have the A1 Iron stock cars for 1,005 to win and 200 to start.
Nice.
And since a tire costs $160, give or take, that's going to be some good racing to get into the show.
Yes.
So that's super exciting. And then we have, let's see, F1 was off this week, and I know Indy was racing at Iowa today. It looks like NASCAR at Pocono, Trucks Corey Heim, Xfinity Cole Custer, and Cup Ryan Blaney. So that's our race roundup. So that's pretty exciting.
So I remembered my little folklore, and I just think it's kind of cool. So I had a brain cramp as I was doing that. It's what happens when you get old,
or when you say bun instead of Ben.
Right. So it's kind of like that, but it's kind of cool folklore, because we were talking about Exxon and Days of Thunder and advertising. So I did a little research when I took over a job. I was the manager of North and South America marketing, and I was looking into the Exxon brand and its history. Well, turns out that a guy named Theodore Geisel created some of the original advertising. Very cool stuff. Does anybody know who Theodore Geisel is?
Does anybody?
Because he goes by another name.
What's that other? I'm going to have to look him up.
Okay, so we got to see if anybody's listening, and pretty much nobody will know him as Theodore Geisel, but everybody knows him as Dr. Seuss.
Well, really?
So Dr. Seuss, in his early days, was doing advertising creation for Exxon, which was Esso at the time. So now you have to really go back. So if you're Canadian, you know Esso. If you're American and under 45, you know Exxon, but the Esso brand used to also be in the United States. And so he created advertising.
We're going to have to see if we can find some pictures of that.
Oh, I got pictures. Yeah. So again, folklore, but interesting stuff, things you learn when you're in marketing and branding. And then the other thing I was going to tell you, back to, some of the other things that Mobil 1 does to prove its product. Like you said, it's good to know it's science and not paid for. We paid for nothing. We earned our right for everything. Good. So you would find us in cars coming off the line. So all Porsches still, all Corvettes still come off the line with Mobil 1 in them. And those are development programs with the engineers at GM or at Volkswagen now, but
mic
Porsche at the
drop.
time.
If your mic wasn't attached, by all means, drop that sucker.
So there's
That's
a reason
crazy.
These things happen, and those are decades-long relationships. There are other cars that come off the line with Mobil 1 in them for a reason. So there's my pitch for Mobil 1, but it's all grounded, hopefully, in something that's meaningful. Now, I will tell you, if you love Lucas Oil, or you love Royal Purple, or you love Castrol, or whatever, we get it, right?
Yeah.
It's one of these things that a lot of people don't want to switch, and I wouldn't say you have to switch, right? Those are great products again, and especially in the racing community, you find something that works, you don't want to mess with it.
Oh,
so,
for sure. You don't want to take the risk
not
of
making that
ruining
pitch.
something.
I'm just explaining, how the product is very good, so that you can count on it, and how they support racing. So, which is why the show is important to me, is to be supporting the community of people, of racers.
Well, we love it. And thank you for employing me. I appreciate it.
Well, we're just getting going. This is our
Yes,
second year with the show. For people who don't know, this is our second year. And we're starting, we want feedback from you all. So if you can text in or call in or chat us on YouTube, tell us what you want on the show. We're very interested.
What you want, who you want, let us know.
That's right.
We'll get it covered if we can. We're certainly going to try. I can tell you that much.
All right.
We try a lot. So
are we going to talk about your performance last night?
We can right after break.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're going to take a break here. Stay tuned, hear about everything that went on last night with me. I've always got some great stories for you. You are listening to 93.7 The Ticket, The Finish Line with Rebecca, Bree, and Ben, B-E-N.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Day, Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 14th, enjoy USDA Choice 6-ounce bacon wrap tenderloin for $8.99. Fairway's 16-ounce packs of hickory smoked bacon for $3.99 per pack with a limit of 4, fresh salmon for $9.88 per pound, and 24 packs of Michelob Ultra for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
IT issues wreaking havoc on your day? It's time to hire the experts. It's time to hire Hamilton. When it comes to your business, you don't have time to worry about network security, data backup, and protection, or support when devices slow down or stop working. At Hamilton, we ensure that your technology is up to speed and works as hard as you do. Don't let IT issues slow you down. You deserve better. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, welcome back to the finish line. We are talking all things motorsports and anything else that comes to mind. My name's Bree Fansteel, and I'm joined with Rebecca Pearson and Ben on the button.
Are you going to be just spelling out my name every time now?
Yeah. At least for the remainder of this show.
Okay. It's a pretty simple name.
Except
and that tells
we
you
messed it up.
That's all you need to know about me. But yeah,
oh, man.
That's just her crutch to make sure
that
it comes out as Ben.
Ben, master of buttons,
All right.
the 1s and 2s, all the fun things. So we were interviewing Rebecca, and then As she does, she turned the scripts on me.
I know.
She's got some questions
because
for
I was
me.
there. I was at Eagle last night.
Well, and it's important that like we don't just give you the fluff. We give you the real stuff
real
and the
deal.
things that are sometimes hard to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
what do you got for me? Lay it on me.
So I get to Eagle last night, and of course I didn't know that they were starting an hour late. So I had planned to get there post intermission, but because we started an hour late, which was good, I got there still when everybody was still running. So I just headed to the pits and came to your pit, and you were messing around with the car.
We were messing around.
What was going on with the car?
So we just built a new motor. And you and I were talking about this before the show tonight, about dynoing. And we kind of as a crew, as a collective, decided that this was like our test and tune night. This was our dyno night. Everything for the most part went great. And then, the tests and the trials came out of nowhere the night before the race. My brand new water pump cracked, which shouldn't have happened.
No.
The day of the race, the morning, my starter switch that was brand new in December busted. And it wasn't just like corrosion or anything from washing it. Like we pulled it out and it was like spring loaded and falling apart, which made zero sense.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, today's going to be fun. Everything went great. Break-in process. I had the Final Touch auto restoration here at Lincoln on West O.
Right.
They were helping me out with it. Everything was perfect. Like break-in procedure. I took it on a street. If you're a police officer, please don't come after me. I may or may not have banged some gears. It was great. It felt so good. And I may or may not have sweated out of my eyeballs. Didn't cry. We're going to blame it on allergies, but I was just so happy and everything went the way it was supposed to. I did 2 test hits. It was great. We took it to the track and then things were just not going the way they planned, but that's also what was planned, which is fine.
Stuff happens.
It can't be perfect all the time, and that's fine. Like I had a great run last week, and then this week things happened. It felt like one thing after another. I was having some carburetor problems, and then it was the brand new distributor. The coil went out in it.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what is
going on? Murphy's Law.
Yeah, right?
You were like, I'm getting out there.
Yes.
I'm getting out there. I'm going to run till this thing drops, and drop it almost did.
But it didn't.
But it didn't.
It didn't. I was watching the game
and I was
closely.
so impressed. She was rolling. So we were cheering. We were standing up in the stands. We are like, go Bray.
We were going.
Bray.
I mean, it was great. It actually.
That guy stole your line. Number 9 stole your line.
No, she had it. I couldn't. It was she.
She's
great. Yeah,
stole your line.
The girls were running up front.
Oh, nice.
First
Okay,
of all.
I missed that. All right.
She did great. But I was losing power, which was everything mechanically that was kind of happening, but then I've noticed that I'm wearing too many hats right now between doing the marketing for my page and for my sponsors. And then I'm also crew chiefing, calling the shots, and then I'm also trying to maintain the car. I've got the crew with me, but you can't do all of that at once all the time.
Right. It's a lot.
And your girl, me, if you can't see me pointing with my opposable thumbs, did not. The battery charger went bad, and we took the alternator off for this motor because I was like, that's one more thing to break. I'm not worrying about that. I'll put the charger on. We had the charger on all night. It wasn't charging.
Right, but you're racing around the track, and we don't know any of this is going on because I'm like, she is rolling.
It died 5 or 6 times, and so we went from we were in the C feature, got second in that. And then we went straight to the B feature because there were no other C features. And how the order of events go, it's like you go through your C's, your B's, and then your A, which is the main race. So we stayed out on the track. My car had died. After those 2 races, it died about 5 or 6 times.
Wow.
So I'd be going, and then I was losing voltage. So I'd hit the corner. I was running the high line, and I'd go through 3. I was like, oh yeah, ripping the lip, woo, whatever. Yep. And then it was just like, it kind of started.
So that's what was going on.
Yeah, and then it get really tight, and I couldn't.
Thought the 9 car took you out.
Oh, she had
so
it.
What is number 9's name? What is her name?
Lauren Cook.
Lauren Cook.
I think it's her 3rd year. I know. last year she got most improved driver in the
Nice.
Sport Mod division.
All right.
Her sister Amber races as well. So
Okay.
there are two sisters that race together.
Nice.
But no, she had plenty of room. And
Okay, well, I didn't know. I'm just watching.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
gave each other a
happening?
lot of room. And she does a really good job. She's fun to compete with. She's one of those that doesn't let the guys get to her either.
Yep.
So it's fun competing with them.
Well, it was a good competitive race.
Yes,
I just
yeah.
didn't know you were struggling with the car, right?
We're good. And then I'd try to, gas out of the corner, and then it just kind of go
And
down a little
then
bit. And
There's some
and
sparks
then,
that flew, right?
So
sparks
after
flew.
all that, the engine was only running. It wasn't running hot. It was
Mhm.
running right where it needed to. And then after the B feature, it died one more time, and I just stuck my foot on the floor trying to get gas through it. I knew we were already running kind of lean. And it backfired, which means there's combustion and then fire comes out of your header pipe.
Yes.
I failed again as crew chief. I failed. I didn't have everything buttoned up. They're seamed in the cockpit, so that's where the driver sits. And something had caught on the outside. I don't know what it was, but something had caught, and I was kind of watching it. Like I could see it, but I couldn't quite see down there enough. And then I don't know if there was like brake fluid down there from earlier in the day or what was down there, but something came
caught on
in, and then my tear off. So we have tear offs.
Yep.
Everything that could have happened yesterday happened, but we are safe. It came in and it caught, and then I looked at it and I thought for a split second, I'm not going to watch this to see what happens. I'm just going to get out just in case.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, exactly. And
You
I
are
got
supposed
out.
to do.
Fire crew got to me super fast. Kudos to Eagle Raceway's fire crew. They came to me and it was already out. So I got out and they're looking for a fire. There's nothing there. And I told the guy, I was like, hey, if we need to make this a thing, we can. I will log roll on that track like Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights right now if I have to. Like I'm ready. You give me the word. Let's go. And they just busted out laughing. And it was so funny because one of them looked at me and he had this like sprayer. And he goes over to the header pipe and goes,
That's awesome.
They're like, do you want to fire back up? I was like, absolutely not. Give me
they signaled the fire was out, right?
I was
They're
like,
oh,
yeah,
put it out.
they put a whole
Oh,
show
the whole
on. It was so
show.
great. And then James was talking. I
Yep.
could hear him because my helmet was off. He was talking to me from up in the announcer's booth, and people were cheering. It was so funny.
And they're like, is she going to talk about that tomorrow night?
And
So here we are.
I gave a big head shake. I was like, absolutely not. But it was great. They're like, do you want to fire it up? And I was like, push me off. I'll do the roll of shame. Let's get this over with. It was funny. Everything's fine though. We are regrouping this week to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Nice. All right.
I'm buttoning up. I have a new battery charger and a new extension cord. Like we will get our A game back, and
Yes,
we
you
will be
will.
back and better than we were before. So
All right. So just so you don't feel bad, and Ben's given us the high sign. We've got 1 minute.
Okay.
I will tell you about my very first time on track. So I'm a club
Ooh.
racer, basically. And what that means is you don't even really race. You go to club events and you gentlemen's race, right? You just you
Mhm.
get on and off the track whenever you want to. You race if you want to, but there's no prizes. There's no
so the
scoring.
fun without worrying
It's the
about
fun
somebody
without
wrecking
worry-
you.
Yes. Well, no, you're still worried about dummies
Oh.
wrecking you, but yes, you're not worried about winning. Right. So it's just fun stuff. So the very first time I was ever on the track, I had a street BMW M3, 1995. Never forget it. I was on Road Atlanta. Also another cool track. Watkins Glen Road Atlanta, like spectacular, super technical. First time on the track. And M3s in the E95, I think it's an E95 engine, have a very strange thing. When you shift at redline, the entire engine shifts just a bit. And if you happen to shift gears when that torque twists, you smash the valves. And
What?
I went to shift on the downshift.
They haven't fixed that yet?
No, they did. But
Oh,
this
okay.
is an old car.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it wasn't old then, but it was an old car. And so my very first time on the track, I managed to destroy my engine in my street
No.
M3. Brand new. And so an M3 engine to replace it then in whatever year that was. So probably in the mid 90s when I started
Mhm.
doing, or late 90s when I started doing that, was about 10 grand. So my very first time on the track, I managed to destroy my $10,000 engine.
Oh my goodness.
And the fact that I ever went back is a miracle, except I got the bug, right?
That bug,
and you know
it
what that
bites
is.
you.
The
Yes.
bug bites you. So I'm sitting in the stands yesterday and I'm watching the racing. I've got Ayrton with me, who's an intern here. And I'm watching the cars going around the track. And I'm like, man, I got the bug, right? Once you get it, it doesn't matter what car you're in.
We wouldn't
You
do
want
all
to
this
race.
if we
Yes.
didn't love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
And
that's the end of it.
And you know how it is, right? It's a money pit, right? So
Yeah.
unless you're a professional racer
Yeah.
and actually winning things, this is a hobby and you can put a lot of
Yeah.
money into it. And so I subsequently went through many, many other cars.
Mhm.
The M3 was the first one. My next one was a convertible Trans Am, also not a great choice for tracking a car. And then from there, I went and got a full SECA caged race car so that I could do that. And then I switched from that one to an M3, kind of a BMW that was purpose built for racing. And that was my best car ever. I mean, they were all, 2,500, 3,000 pound type cars. So anyway, I've been through a bunch of cars. That was my first experience. Was not an inexpensive experience, but it didn't stop me. And
But
this
it's-
isn't going to stop
Yes.
you.
No, it won't.
from
We'll be
racing,
back.
so-
We'll be back. We'll be
We
better.
will.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for talking
you,
with us
Bree.
and telling us a little bit or a lot of it about you. We love to hear it. Ben, thank you as always. James, we love you. Keep doing
I'm
the Beatrice
back.
thing. We will be at Lucas Oil Speedway tomorrow Lucas Oil Late Model Series at Eagle Raceway tomorrow. You are listening to 93.7 The Ticket. This is The Finish Line.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual